Hello everyone, this is Brad, the Cooking Critic Cleric. You know why? I'm critical, I'm a pastor, I love to cook, and I am 40 years old today. Yay. And I saw the movie Joker last night, and I cannot wait to give you my review of this highly anticipated movie that is getting a lot of attention, both positive and negative. So here to give you my take on it, the good, the bad, some analysis. First off, just kind of give you a little analysis. This movie made a huge splash a month or two ago at the Venice Film Festival, which is sometimes known as a precursor to the Oscars. It won top prize. Highly unusual, especially for a comic book movie, but it did it. And that got a lot of people's attention already, where this movie was getting some. And then this was followed by kind of a critical backlash that first it was well regarded, but then, oh, I think this is not as good as it thinks it is. You know, people think it's a little pretentious. And then the warning that this is going to make killers out of people. Oh boy, mass hysteria. Like cats and dogs living together. That's my best attempt at a joke. Joker! And now audiences who are flocking to this movie and are giving it some really high praise. And for a rated R movie, that is saying something. And so it's worth talking about, and also to give you my take. So, quick intro. This is Gotham City around the 1980s-ish. And it is a fictional 80s where we are living in a severe Great Recession, Great Depression. You have a bit of class warfare. You see where the working poor are definitely downtrodden upon and just feel very ignored, while the elites who live in their high towers, including Wayne, are definitely ignoring and just feeling very isolated and insulated from the greater realities of a very gritty, messy, urban kind of dystopia almost. And it's in this world that lives Arthur, our future Joker. He is a clown for hire and a clown agency, and also an aspiring stand-up comedian. He lives with his ailing mother, and he has some severe problems, some mental, and also a very debilitating condition of where, almost like a nervous tick, he can laugh and will start laughing uncontrollably. But it's almost like a cough. You can tell that these laughs are not funny, like what's so funny when you hear it, that there's something wrong. Brilliant. And this is Arthur, who is trying, though, to succeed, trying to aspire to his dreams, to make it. And, of course, Gotham City keeps smashing him down, and he makes some very poor choices, especially considering his ailing mental condition that is borderline narcissistic, borderline psychotic. And so we're going to find out what makes Arthur transform into the Joker. There's no spoiler there. That's exactly what you expect to see, and that's what this movie says you're going to see. So, let's get into the analysis. First off, the good is Joaquin Phoenix, if I'm saying his name right, I apologize if I'm not, as the Joker, gives an Oscar-worthy performance. He eats up the screen. Now, he's given some great direction. You can tell that. Todd Phillips, who directed The Hangover, is definitely giving him some great material. The script is awesome, and Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, as Arthur, is just a sight to behold. You feel bad for him, you empathize with him, and you're also revolted by him at the same time. I'm serious. They're usually like, oh, I'm going to love hating you, bad guy, villain, or, oh, bless his heart. But to have both in the same character, the same person, is incredible, and he does this. There's a moment at the beginning of the movie where you see him trying to put on his clown makeup, and just a lonely tear is dropping down his face, and just holds that in his face that is trying so hard to be happy, and he just can't. That there's an emptiness, there's a hollowness in him that he's trying to fill. And he's trying to fill it, you can see, the right way, by going to therapy, by trying to make children laugh, by trying to make people happy, and just no one gets the joke. And no one cares. And so he then begins to fill that hole with violence. And thus you see the Joker begin to emerge. And it is a sight to behold. I can't wait to see it again. just for that. It's also beautifully directed. There's been a lot of talk that it is a nod to Taxi Driver, directed by Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro, who is in this movie. Not a coincidence. And it is definitely a lot of eye candy. It is a gritty, a yucky, damp, but also mesmerizing Gotham City to behold. That in times does show you that those places, those high, lofty ivory towers, compared to the gritty and depressing street level. Very cool. Also, the direction is great. The musical score is awesome. It holds that tension, that dread. And then when it plays some happy music, often in contrast, it makes you feel very uncomfortable. I'll also say this, is that this movie kept me very, very tense. Flashback to The Dark Knight, where Heath Ledger gives his first speech of why so serious with the knife. And the music, freaking brilliant. And I remember watching this for the first time and being absolutely so tense and telling myself, it's PG-13, it's PG-13, it's PG-13. And then, of course, it's done, and this movie's back to Batman. This movie is just Joker, and it holds that tension all the way from start to finish. And that is brilliant. That's genius. I was like this half the time, or like this, or like this. Wow. So cool. And there are times in this movie also where I found myself rooting for the Joker, and I totally get why he has chosen to do what he does. And then other times you're thinking, no, no, no. Wow. Awesome. Negatives? None. I have absolutely no problem with this movie as a movie whatsoever. So let's get into the analysis. Part of the analysis is that there's talk of this is a dangerous movie, especially when the survivors of one of the mass shootings at the theater in Colorado put out a statement trashing this movie from start to finish, which I have a huge problem with because they had not seen the film. This was a conclusion that they had reached based on reading reviews off of the film and getting a general buzz. And I find that to be sensational, and the media ate it up, and that created a lot of people just, nervous about this movie, about a movie that's the Joker. Well, he's supposed to be funny, right? All right, remember, this movie is about the Joker here, not this Joker. Ugh. We have Bat Dance in that. That does not count. You gotta recall, this is the Joker that in an animated series wanted to crash a train into in a ravine full of innocent passengers on Christmas Eve. The same Joker who poisoned with gas at a big parade in Gotham City, who blew up a hospital and plays with knives. Yeah, he's the Joker. Get real. And secondly, that this movie is going to create violence. I think in America, we've been doing this pretty well for the last 22 years. Just saying. And also to the point, the danger in this movie, actually, I think it has a valid criticism that's worth noting, is that as a society, what role collectively do we have in creating the monsters we fear? Wow. This movie does that. And it doesn't celebrate the monster. And if it does, you have something wrong with you. Just saying. This movie, in fact, does ask that question, that where choices are taken away by poverty, by stigmatization, by just being a jerk, by having a lack of empathy. Really, can we be surprised that some people on the edge choose to do what they do? That's pretty brilliant. And if you look at the audiences that are flocking to this movie, some of them wanting to see where did the Joker come from, and this movie does that successfully. It also asks hard questions that makes you want to think and talk about stuff, and that's really cool. Also, analysis is that this movie is a very, very deep character study, and I have not seen a character study this deep or in depth since the very first Iron Man. Yes, we've had other origin stories, and they're kind of more surface level. You don't get surprised by the journeys they take. But Iron Man did. I would even see Thanos and Infinity War for a few scenes showed some real depth and humanity that surprised me. And this movie shows the humanity of Joker, and when he truly falls from grace, of how hard a fall that is. And we can understand why he does it. why he's there, and then ask ourselves questions. What a brilliant thing that a comic book movie can make us think. Usually we don't think. We just, we watch our comic book movie because it's safe and predictable. But now we're going to do a movie about the villain and ask hard questions. Well, of course, everyone starts losing their minds. Add a little anarchy. Had to go there. So this movie, some people are going to really hate it. I know that. I watched 2 people leave in the middle of this movie. They threw away their popcorn and left. I was like, oh. But we had a sold-out audience on Tuesday, and they stayed. So I think people who hate this movie are going to bark the loudest. That was kind of mean, wasn't it? They're going to complain the loudest. The people who hate this movie, they're going to complain the loudest. But people who love is a relative word. I don't really love this movie, but I'm mesmerized by it. I'm impressed by it. I respect it. And I totally freaking want to see it again. And for people who can stomach it, who are willing to go on this journey and think and wonder of what does a world without empathy create, then this is also an important movie. So my score should be no surprise. It gets a perfect 10 out of 10. This is one of the best movies I've seen all year, if not the best. Let me think about that. No, this is definitely the best movie I have seen this year. And I cannot wait to see what happens next. Joaquin Phoenix says that he is very open to doing another Joker movie. Great. If it's worth it. But at the same time, I don't really need a new one. This movie is its own, and it is frightening and wonderful and important. So there you have it. May the force be with you. God bless. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.